So I'm 99% certain that that was discrimination. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna do a little fun story time, and if you don't know, I'm obsessed with Dunkin', so please grab yourself some coffee, some Dunkies, and let's dive into this story time. Sip for encouragement. So I am not usually the type of person that spends a lot of money on myself, but in the last couple of months I've really started to do that, where I'm kind of dedicating some money and time to myself, to my wardrobe, to my looks, whatever it might be. And so I recently started getting my nails done. This is what they look like right now. I got this kind of neutral thing, and this is a dip nail on my natural nail, and I like it, but as with the other story time I'm gonna start with, things did not go quite as planned. So I'm gonna tell you about the first experience that I had, and it was about a month and a half ago. My mom and I were looking for places where we could go get our nails done, and we wanted to go ahead and do a manicure and a pedicure just to kind of treat ourselves to have like a little relaxing day, mother-daughter day. So we looked up some places to go. A lot of places were appointment only, so we found this one place and it was walk-ins welcome. So we walked in and were almost immediately sat for our pedicure, which is good, and we had already picked our polishes, all that kind of stuff. We were sitting there and kind of relaxing in the water. Now my mom wears a boot on her foot, and that's because she has something called Charcot's foot, which has led her to have multiple surgeries to reconstruct her foot. And so she has to live in this boot for the rest of her life. She can't walk without it. And so she can take it off to like drive briefly or for a pedicure, things like that, but she doesn't have a lot of motion in her foot because the rods have been placed like to keep her foot in one place. When we sat down, you know, obviously she has this boot. Her boot is very colorful, so there's no way you can miss it. And she sat down and started taking off the boot and put it in the water. Like during this experience, the guy who was doing her nails were like, "Are you okay?" All that kind of stuff. And she explained to him, she was like, "Yes, I have limited range of movement in this foot, but it's fine to have pedicures, it's fine to do certain things. I just can't walk on my foot without having the boot on." And he was like, "Oh, okay." So I was sitting there beside my mom, and most places that do nails have these like little cards that say what their packages are and how much they are. And the lady handed it to me, and I just wanted a basic one, and it was $40. And I was like, "We'll do basic." So I sit down. She does a really good job on my nails. She occasionally talks to me. All is good. But my mom is beside me, and she's really struggling because it is hurting her to do certain things that the guy wants her to do. And she had told him up front, like, "Hey, I don't have a lot of movement in this foot, so I can't like bend it the way you want me to bend it for you to be able to paint my toenails." And so he did a couple of things to accommodate for her, but wasn't like very talkative with her. And she actually looked at me at one point and said like, "I feel like I'm a problem. I feel like this is not going well." And I said, "I'm so sorry." And I said, "If they can do a manicure for me, are you okay to just like wait and let me get my manicure?" Because that was the main thing I was going for, because mine had grown out and I didn't like how it was looking anymore. It was starting to chip. So she said yes, and she said she would actually also get a manicure if they had time. But after my pedicure, they let me go over and sit at a manicure station, and the person who seemed to be the owner started to do my nails, and he was just like constantly shaving down my nails. Like, I know that you have to sand down nails to get gel polish off, and you have to sand it down for polish to stick, but it was just like a ridiculous amount of like sand. Like my nails were getting so thin and uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to be, you know, that person. And I was just like, okay. Meanwhile, my mom was sitting there waiting for someone to do hers, and I was like, I had just gotten to the point where my nail polish was off, and he was starting to actually do stuff when someone came over and started my mom's. So naturally, I got done first. We both got gel nail polish, and actually, if you don't know, when you do gel polish, there's like this little UV, I guess, overcoat that they put on top of it, and the guy had gotten it like on my fingers, like it was like on the back of my fingers, like a glob of it, and just kept, you know, getting messed up, not good at all. And so I got finished and I walk over to pay, and behind the counter is a girl. She is going to be, overheard her say she was going to be a freshman in college, and she was the one ringing people out. I don't know if there was like a language barrier or what, because obviously she was an English speaker, but her family, I don't know what they spoke, but you know, they were speaking amongst each other, which is fine, no problem. When I got up, the guy who had just done my nails, who I'm pretty sure was the owner and this girl's dad, was like, it's $60 for her pedicure, and he had pointed to my mom. And my mom was like, how much did he charge you for your pedicure? And I was like, I don't know. And so I get to the checkout, and they charge for four services, they charge $300. I kid you not, like $300, $115 a piece. And so I just paid it, and I left a tip because I just felt like I should have. I didn't want to like not tip the lady who did my nails, my toenails, because she did a good job. But I was just sitting there and I was like, this is ridiculous. When we look back at it, I was pretty sure it was discrimination, because there was no like talk, like if you are uncomfortable doing someone's toes who's in a boot, you should say that ahead of time. If you need to charge more for that, you should say that ahead of time. And none of that was talked about. Like, they just decided at the end that they were going to charge her for a more expensive package, and they charged me because I think that the girl misunderstood her dad and was like, this girl's is 60, mine should have been 40. But still, my mom shouldn't have been 60, because if they were planning on doing that, they should have said that at the beginning, and they never said anything about upcharging her because of her foot or extra measures they had to do. But we didn't get any of the package stuff that came with the $60 package. We didn't get like the leg wrap or the stones or anything that you would usually get with an upgraded package for pedicures. And to make things worse, my nails were horrible. Like, they were fine when I left, but they almost immediately started chipping when I got home. And it was gel nail, and gel nails, obviously they do chip over time. Maybe like they can last for 2 weeks, which is what I always plan for, because I usually plan to get my nails done 2 times a month, because usually that's when they grow out and that's when it starts to chip. Ended up having to take it off myself because I hate it when nail polish chips. It's horrible, it looks bad. So yeah, that was a bad experience. I'm pretty sure there was just some discrimination there based on disability for my mom, and that also poured over into me, and we had to pay a bunch of money. I obviously left them a bad review on Yelp and told my situation, and wish we had looked at Yelp first, because there were a lot of bad experiences about upcharging unfairly and things like that. So now we know, and we won't go there anymore. Let me know if you guys have any bad nail experiences down in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.